Hey, can you help me with this assignment? Are you real? Huh? What are you doing? So in part 1, I ended the video by talking about how I've discovered and kind of amazing, it's still not good for you, addicting, but not illegal, but probably should also be illegal, act called ditching. Like I said before, it all happened in my philosophy class, where I've up and left my seat within probably like the first 30 minutes of class after some inner anxiety breakdown. But that was just the beginning of the new me. All I was thinking about when sitting in that seat was how this one decision can affect my whole academic life from there on out. And weirdly enough, it actually kind of did, because after that day I started ditching more often and realizing that legally I can't. And after a certain period of time in my class that I was taking, they couldn't, or rather they won't drop me. Because if you're passing with a good grade and you don't really need to be there, why would I be there? Now obviously this isn't necessarily something that I'm encouraging and that you should do. Because if you're struggling in class, it's probably best to attend. They can probably help you. But I don't know. I don't see much of a problem if you're passing, right? Yeah, I'm right. But anyways, I had this one professor that I had every Monday and Wednesday. Oh my god, he was a very interesting character. I don't think I got along with him very well, nor did I think he liked me. But he was very memorable. First off, I get that for general education requirements, you have to take some sort of science, but to tell people that I was a business major and taking a geology class, for some people that doesn't quite make sense, and honestly I'm one of those people. But I had to take it, so yeah. So I went into this classroom and it looked a lot like a mini stadium. It was a downward slope classroom with a huge projector, a small stage, seats everywhere, and for some reason there was just this big camera that took up the big section of a back wall. I have no idea if it actually worked or who was watching from the other end, but it was constantly moving back and forth, so I think it was working. I usually sit in the back of the classroom, but surprisingly this time, it wasn't because I was shy. It was because my background of my laptop was this. And usually when I sit in front, everyone can see it, and it made me nervous. I mean, yeah, I could change it, but yeah, I should probably change it. Not even a minute went by, and I see this old, tall man with a fedora come in with a huge golden brown dog with a red leash. And the first thing that came to my mind was, did an old man accidentally come into our classroom thinking it was a park? He started off with introductions. I'm gonna call this guy Mr. Geo. And man, did this guy make an impression on the first day, because he first explained that his dog belonged to his ex-wife because she was out on vacation somewhere, and went to yell, God, Jesus, rocks. I am a Christian, and I'm gonna teach you how rocks and religion go together. And if you have a problem with that, then you can get the frick out of my classroom. I swear to God, this room was absolutely silent. I don't know how he did it, but somehow he really did relate Jesus to rocks. I don't remember how he did that, but I remember he somehow was able to put religion into every lecture. And at the end of each assignment, he would make us read a verse in the Bible and write about what we think it meant and how much we liked it. I don't know if professors are allowed to do that, to mix religion with education. But I know the next time I went into that classroom, half the students were gone. So I'm pretty sure it offended half the students. Now, I'm not really a religious person, but the only reason why I stayed was because this guy, for some reason, always gave us the answer sheet for every assignment. And I'm not saying after every assignment, I mean, if you log into our classroom canvas, you would see our assignment and then an answer sheet link right below it. I honestly don't know why he did that. At first I was like, oh, maybe this was just an accident or something, so for the first week I didn't use it. But when I had trouble finding answers, I asked him and he gave me kind of the most, are you stupid? Face. And he was like, did you not see that I posted an answer sheet for you to use? Like, why are you talking to me? And then I was like, oh, I didn't know we were allowed to do that. I didn't know we were allowed to use this. There's just an answer sheet right here. Like, what's the point of the assignment if you're just going to give us the answers? But then I was like, all right, thank you, I guess. Bye. I swear, I seriously feel like he didn't give a frick about the rocks. Like, I swear, he just pulled out that thing that makes teachers and professors just, like, unable to get fired. It's called like, tenure or something like that. I feel like he just used that against them to be like, you can't fire me, and I'm gonna use this classroom as a church. So frick you. No. This is my church. And I seriously don't know how the heck this was even possible. But half the class failed. Like, how does that even happen? He literally gave you the answers right there. It's in the it's right below the assignment. It's like a little PDF. And the tests were all open book too. But anyways, the reason why I said in the beginning that I don't think me and this professor got along well was because of how much I ditched. Now, there's a sign-up sheet that we used as a way to keep track of attendance, and all you really could do was just sign your name and leave right out the door. Right? No, wrong. I did this for weeks on end, and at some point he caught on to me and personally emailed me. Sadly, I could not find the email, but I remembered it said somewhere along the lines of, do you think this is a class that you can just come and go wherever you want? No, this is a mandatory Monday and Wednesday class, blah, 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 blah. You'll be dropped if you miss any more. Yeah, I freaked out. That really freaked me out. I've never gotten that kind of email before. Honestly, it kind of felt like a threat. And you would think that I would stop ditching from then on? Well, not exactly. You see, I did a new thing where I would stay for maybe like 30 minutes and then leave. Hey, I stayed for a majority of the class. That's good enough in my books. But at the end of the day, even though me and Mr. Geo never really got along, and he always gave me dirty looks, probably because I was late, I think deep down, he had a soft spot for me. And, like, I did all the assignments either on time or early, but when finals came up, I had completely missed it. Well, let me explain. He never warned us of when we would be taking the finals, and if you look at the app we used that was called Canvas, you can see that there was a section called Modules, which is the tab that everyone uses, and there was a tab called Assignments that was pretty much the exact same thing as Modules, but it was just not as organized, and it only showed you the assignments instead of like all the readings and stuff. Anyways, basically what happened is that there was apparently 2 frickin' finals in his class, but he only posted one of them, and the second one was just oblivious to me, and probably half of the class too. I remember on the last day of class, I emailed him late at night, because that was when I noticed that my grade took a huge drop. And I was like, what the heck? Mr. Geo, how did my A turn into an F? Only I said it much more professionally. I didn't say it like that. And he was like, well, Morty, you didn't finish all your assignments. All snobbish-like. And I looked through the modules carefully, and nothing. There was nothing there. Oh wait, could it be? How have I missed this? The assignments tab. I checked through and there it was, but my God, was the Lord, even though I'm not very religious, was on my side. And it was not due till midnight. You thought you can outsmart me, but no, I got the last say in this. I grabbed my laptop and sped through all 150 questions, and you know what? For the last minute final, I actually didn't do that bad. I got, I think, a B on the test, so my A was still saved. It just wasn't as high. But who cares? A is A. Overall, I would say that Mr. Geo was one of my more interesting professors I've ever had. But this video is getting too long, and I think I might continue this teacher video in a part 3, either going over my elementary or high school teachers. Well, anyways, I'll see you in the next video. I'm probably going to do my English teacher. Yeah, that's like the first person that comes up to my mind.